You're listening to the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast.
What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity NC, and I'm joined by the current WWE pay-per-view champion, my Hot Commodity, and we are covering WWE Monday Night Raw from March 11th, 2024, live in Houston, Texas. We are on the road to WrestleMania. How are you feeling?
I'm ready for it. I can't wait. I'm psyched.
You sound so psyched.
I am. I'm tired today.
He's smiling as he says it. So we start out Raw with Travis Scott. He arrives backstage and he meets up with Jey Uso. Good to see a celebrity always on WWE, and things are trying to become more mainstream. I saw Travis Scott live. He was cool. He opened for Rihanna. Fun fact. So we start out with Drew McIntyre coming out, and Drew says, "Seth, I dropped you last week. I took out CM Punk. I expect a handwritten thank you card because I'm keeping CM Punk relevant. The Rock is the biggest problem. Seth Rollins, you think everything revolves around you. You have a champion in me that you can be proud of." That's when World Champion Seth Rollins comes out. Seth says, "Would you do us all a favor and shut your mouth? Now that night one is made, I'm focused on you." Drew says, "All you care about is yourself." Seth says, "You're reminding me of CM Punk crying about the bloodline. Seems to me you want to be an honorary member of the bloodline. Can you beat people without help from the bloodline? You would love to have the bloodline help you take this title from me. Night one, we take down the bloodline. Night two, it's just you and me. The same thing will happen like it did in the past. I will curb stomp you and people will sing my song. I haven't paid attention to you, but I actually have a lot. The thing I'm worried about least is Drew McIntyre." Drew pretends to get in the ring, but he leaves. So who do you think won in that promo? I mean, Seth pretty much just said that, like, I'm not worried about you at all. And that's pretty much what's been happening. He hasn't been worried about Drew. Who do you think won that? And do you think he should worry about Drew?
I mean, in all essence, Seth Rollins won because he has beat him every time, and he isn't a huge worry to him. Unfortunately, I think that Drew McIntyre is going to win at WrestleMania.
I think so too.
But as of right now, Seth called it like it is. He can't beat him.
What makes you think Drew is going to beat Seth? Was it something just because Seth has been champion for a long time?
Because it's like, I can't imagine them playing that game for him to lose.
Yeah, like this would be like the fifth time.
There would be no point.
I have a feeling someone's going to interfere or something's going to happen.
I do feel. I think it might be CM Punk.
Possibly, yeah, but he would cost Seth. Oh, well, that would be a good rivalry for him to come back. Good idea. Maybe that could happen. CM Punk might show up and attack Seth Rollins.
Well, we already know CM Punk's going to be at the Access or something.
And it would be a good blind side because then one would think CM Punk would attack Seth.
Right.
And Drew's been shit talking this entire time.
Yeah.
Good theory, sir. So our first match, we have Liv Morgan taking on Becky Lynch, and this is a very good match. We see Liv land a code breaker early on, and then Liv lands a sunset flip bomb off the apron to Becky on the floor. Becky lands a manhandle slam, but Liv rolls out. Liv hits Oblivion, but Becky Lynch then rolls out to the floor too. Liv jumps off the top rope and gets hit with a manhandle slam by Becky Lynch. Becky gets the win. Did you think this is a good match between the two of them?
Yeah, definitely. And just like me, I think Becky Lynch will be a champion at WrestleMania.
Yeah, you are my champion. We get to meet her in 2 weeks, right?
I'm excited.
Is it 2 weeks? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 28.
It's the 30th.
Oh, today's the 17th.
So like a couple weeks, but we get to see her. I'm excited about
13 days.
What are you gonna say to Becky Lynch when you see her?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna tell her I can't wait for her to beat Rhea Ripley.
We're gonna let you guys know how that all turns out. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see Becky. Well, someone who's not excited to see her is the World Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. She comes out as she walks by Liv Morgan. Liv tells Rhea she will take everything from her. Rhea then gets in the ring and says, "Congratulations, Becky. but was it worth it? Every week we are getting closer to WrestleMania. You do it for these people and you say you do it for your family, but I know the real reason why you do it. You want to prove you're still the best because you know deep down that I am better than you. You want an excuse as to why you can't beat me. If you don't step in 100%, you will be nothing but a disappointment. Becky says that little bit of doubt planted a seed that created a tree wrapping around the world. When people doubt me, I am great. If it has to be me versus the world doesn't stand a chance. So, who do you think has more momentum going into WrestleMania? Do you think Rhea's right? Like, if you keep on fighting, you're going to get hurt, and then
and I mean, spoiler alert: Nia Jax beats the shit out of her later on.
Mhm.
So Becky does have to watch her step, and I just pray to God that Nia gets some other WrestleMania match because I really don't want them to make it a 3.
Or even add Liv into it because that will be a 4-way, and that won't be as good either. But hopefully we get Becky versus Rhea. We then see Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis. They announced a 6-way tag team title ladder match for WrestleMania. That will be exciting. Some people are saying we might see the return of the Hardy Boys. Their time in AEW looks to be up, so
really
we might see them show up at WrestleMania 40.
Cool. And I definitely think Judgment Day will be giving up their titles at WrestleMania.
Yep, and we see them backstage pissed off about this announcement. They want to go talk to Adam Pearce. Next, we have Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell defeating the team of Maxxine Dupri and Ivy Nile. During the match, Candice LeRae confronts Maxxine. She is. She's the poison pixie that used to be her name in NXT. She basically says that the fans boo you because you suck. The women in the locker room hate you. And thank God your brother's dead because he would be disappointed to see you like this.
Too far.
And then as Maxxine goes to walk away, Indy lands a super kick, and Candice and Indy get the win. So you said it too far. Do you think she went too far there, or do you think this is good for Maxxine because she's getting booed? A lot of the fans don't like her. This would be a good way to kind of get people to feel sympathy for her.
People are going to feel sympathy for her, but I don't know if Maxxine has it in her to be like if she's that good to make the turnaround. That's the thing. She's kind of like the queen of botches. So.
Well, she's learning in the ring, which is rarely seen a lot of them do that. Before even going to NXT, she does have a lot of work to do. But I do
like it is live Monday Night Raw live the place to learn how to wrestle.
No, I agree. It's kind of odd. I agree, but I do think this will help kind of further her storyline and make her be seen.
She definitely needs a good story.
But I do like seeing Candice LeRae now turn heel again because her as a baby face hasn't really been good on Raw. We then see Cody Rhodes doing an in-ring interview with Michael Cole, and Cody says it feels good slapping your boss. That slap was a receipt. This story has become about you and my family. We are in the final inning. He cries about how he's going to win the title and bring it back home to his mom. He says, Michael, you get to say at WrestleMania 40, Cody Rhodes finished the story. So this is just him pretty much pouring out his heart, saying that, this is going to be for his family. It's not more about
blah, blah, normal Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, same thing, really nothing new from that. And The Rock does a good promo on SmackDown with Full Cover. He does talk about this promo. But yeah, Cody doesn't really look like he's like crying a lot lately. It's like, and I get it, he's passionate, but I don't know. Next, we have, before this match takes place, we see Liv, you talked about this earlier, Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch shaking hands backstage. Nia Jax attacks them both and then body slams. I sort of power bombs Becky through a table. Again, Becky has her sights set on Rhea, so she has to be careful. Next, the women's tag champions, the Kabuki Warriors, with Io Sky and Dakota Kai, defeat Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark. Asuka lands a low kick to start. Shayna lands some Germans to Kyrie. Asuka lands a sliding knee to Shayna. Shayna applies the Karafu to clutch on Kyrie. Dakota Kai pulls Shayna's leg out from her, and then Asuka kicks Shayna in the head, insane elbow. And with help from Dakota Kai, the Kabuki Warriors retain. That was a decent tag match, compared to the rest of the matches that the women have had in tag team. Nothing new, nothing good, just more fuel for WrestleMania. I feel like eventually we're going to get like Naomi. What's being tossed around, which I have a feeling might happen, is Asuka, Dakota, and Kyrie against Bianca, Naomi, and Jade Cargill.
Something like
We'll
that.
see something like that. Rhea Ripley tells Andrade backstage she wants to speak to him about business, and he says, "Let me know." And she says, "We'll talk soon." So can Andrade be joining Judgment Day?
That's what I don't know. Or it seems like he keeps approaching 30 Dom too.
So maybe we'll see them branch off of Judgment Day soon. I feel like Judgment Day is going to end after Mania. I feel like it's going to.
Yeah.
Speaking of Judgment Day, we have Damian Priest taking on R-Truth next. R-Truth next. Damian Priest hits R-Truth with the Money in the Bank briefcase before the bell. DIY come out, and R-Truth lands a clothesline off the apron. Damian hits a flatliner, and then R-Truth applies an STF. That's when Judgment Day and Finn Balor attack DIY. Ricochet jumps onto everyone, and then Damian Priest hits the South of Heaven. After the match, DIY attack Judgment Day. Thoughts on that? R-Truth did good in that match, though.
Yeah, maybe we'll see Miz back on Monday with him, and we'll see the real match that was supposed to happen.
We then see Becky Lynch challenging Nia Jax to a last woman standing match next week on Raw. Not smart of her going into Mania. We then see Jey Uso coming out. Jey says, "Jimmy Uso, big brother Jim, let me holler at you. I came to Raw for a fresh start, but the bloodline and Jimmy won't let me go. How about this? Uso versus Uso at WrestleMania. Jimmy, accept my challenge because I'm going to knock the yeet out of your ass." Quick promo, but a good promo. What'd you think? Are you excited for Jimmy versus Jey?
Yeah, I am. I definitely think Jay is going to win that, but we'll see.
You think Jay's going to be Jimmy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's main event Jays.
And I wonder what Solo is going to do in that match because his brothers are fighting. So,
Yeah.
he's going to play a factor into that in some way. Maybe Rikishi might even. I mean, I doubt it, but.
Yeah, I also think we might be seeing the end of the bloodline soon, too.
Yeah. And this is cool because they say like every 15 years they do a brother versus brother. They did it Brett and Owen in 94. In 09, they did Jeff versus Matt.
Yeah.
And now we're doing in 2024.
And this has never happened before?
Well, it's happened, but no, they never fought against each other. So this is history. So I'm excited for this. Intercontinental Champion Gunther is interviewed backstage. He's flattered by the Gauntlet match, and he says, "Whoever wins, good luck." And we start our Gauntlet match with Ricochet taking on JD McDonough. But before that match starts, we find out that Muhammad Ali will be inducted into the 2024 WWE Hall of Fame class. That's cool. He was at the first WrestleMania. He's a legendary boxer, the best of all time. So cool that he's finally going to be in the Hall of Fame. For this match, we start out Ricochet and JD McDonough. A lot of action here. JD lands a standing moonsault. Ricochet lands a slingshot crossbody, a DVD onto the apron, a lion saw, and then JD chops Ricochet on the top, but Ricochet hits a shooting star press, and JD McDonough is now gone from the match. Ricochet takes on Bronson Reed. Bronson hits a senton and a tsunami. Ricochet is gone. Now we have Bronson Reed versus Sami Zayn. Sami hits a super sunset flip and gets a 3 count to eliminate Bronson. But after Bronson gets eliminated, he hits a tsunami to Sami Zayn. Now Sami has to take on Shinsuke Nakamura, and he does get the victory after landing a haluva kick to Nakamura. Nakamura is gone. And the final participants, Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. Gable gave it his best. He goes for a moonsault. He applies an ankle lock. Sami lands an exploder in the corner, a haluva kick, and then Chad hits Chaos Theory, but Sami Zayn rolls up Chad Gable to get the victory. After the match, Chad Gable and Sami Zayn hug. Intercontinental Champion Gunther comes out and stares at Sami Zayn, and we now know WrestleMania 40, Sami Zayn and Gunther for the Intercontinental title. What do you think of that Gauntlet match and the right person to win?
The match was cool. I don't know how I feel about Sami Zayn. Like online, I've seen a lot of people were upset that Chad Gable didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people want to see him dethrone Gunther. I mean, I like Sami Zayn and everything, but he's kind of like right now. I don't know.
Maybe he'll have a good match with him. I mean, when he fought Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber, they had a really good match, and maybe
Could you see Sami
no,
taking the title?
no, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But we'll see. And that was it for Raw. I mean, we ended with the Intercontinental title situation happening. We got NXT. Then Friday Night SmackDown. We have a rock concert on SmackDown that was entertaining. And we're a couple of weeks away. I'd probably say like maybe like 30 days away from
SmackDown beats Raw every week lately.
Yeah, SmackDown's been really good lately. It has. Well, maybe that's because we've seen The Rock on there a lot more. He hasn't really shown up on Raw. Not that that's just because of The Rock, but the action's been better on SmackDown too.
Right.
Well, with that, we have covered everything of Raw. Before we go, make sure you check us out on YouTube. Search the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. Give us a like, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on this episode of Raw. Check us out on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.